The tension was palpable, the air electric with whispers, and fans could hardly believe what they were seeing. It all started when Tasha K, known for pulling no punches and spilling secrets that others would kill to keep hidden, dropped a bombshell that sent shockwaves through the reality TV world. The target, none other than Rasheeda Frost. Yes, the queen of Atlanta's rap reality scene, a woman many have admired for her fierce persona and glamorous life, suddenly found herself in the crosshairs of one of the industry's most fearless commentators. And the accusation was shocking. Tasha K didn't hold back, claiming that Rasheeda's behavior towards Yandy Smith was nothing short of calculated, manipulative, and completely not real. Fans immediately erupted online, flooding social media with reactions that ranged from disbelief to outrage. How could Rasheeda, the woman celebrated for her authenticity and loyalty on screen, allegedly pull a move so cold and calculated behind closed doors? The videos went viral almost instantly, clips of Tasha K speaking directly into the camera, her voice dripping with intensity, circulated everywhere. "You think you know someone," she said, eyes narrowed, "and then they show you their true colors. Rasheeda ain't real." Those words hung in the air like a thunderclap, and suddenly, everyone was questioning what they'd believed about one of reality TV's most enduring figures. And the timing couldn't have been worse. The drama hit just as Rasheeda was celebrating personal milestones on her social platforms, showcasing family moments, career triumphs, and a seemingly unshakable image of control. But behind the filtered Instagram posts and confident smiles, Tasha K alleged that a very different story was unfolding, a story filled with betrayals, secret conversations, and moves designed to manipulate and humiliate Yandy Smith. The internet exploded. Fans couldn't decide whether to take sides, or if the entire saga was even real. Emotions ran high as insider accounts began to surface, each adding another layer to the drama. Friends of both women reportedly called in, giving conflicting statements that only fueled the fire. Some said Rasheeda had been playing a dangerous game, carefully orchestrating moments to position herself above Yandy. Others defended her fiercely, insisting that Tasha K was spinning a story for clicks. The family was left divided. Fans were shocked, and the gossip pages couldn't keep up with the avalanche of leaks and alleged recordings that seemed to confirm every wild claim Tasha K had made. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more intense, whispers began circulating about secret confrontations, heated arguments, and private text messages that could change everything. The question on everyone's mind: what really happened between Rasheeda Frost and Yandy Smith? And why did Tasha K feel compelled to reveal it all in such a public, explosive way? As we dive deeper into this story, you'll hear the twists, the betrayals, and the shocking moments that fans are still reeling from. Buckle up, because this isn't just a story of celebrity drama, it's a battlefield of emotions, loyalties, and secrets that could shatter reputations overnight. The tension had been building for weeks, and it all came to a head one evening when Tasha K dropped what would become the most talked about revelation of the year. Fans were glued to their screens as she began recounting the story. Her voice calm at first, but underneath, a storm was brewing. "You think you know someone," she said, leaning closer to the camera, eyes sharp. "And then they show you their true colors. Rasheeda Frost. She's been playing everyone. And Yandy Smith was her latest target." Viewers gasped, comments exploding beneath the clip. Disbelief ran rampant. The idea that Rasheeda, a woman celebrated for her image of loyalty and authenticity, could have been manipulating situations behind closed doors was almost too much to comprehend. The story started innocuously enough, Tasha explained, with casual dinners and phone calls between Rasheeda and Yandy. Fans had seen these moments on social media: smiles, laughter, the kind of warmth that suggested friendship and mutual respect. But according to Tasha K, those were carefully orchestrated performances. Insiders told her that Rasheeda had a plan all along, and Yandy had no idea she was caught in someone else's game. "It's all a facade," Tasha said, voice rising with intensity. "Everything she shows you, every hug, every laugh, it's for the cameras. It's for control." As Tasha recounted these alleged behind-the-scenes moments, she revealed a series of text messages that supposedly showed Rasheeda speaking about Yandy in a way that fans would never imagine. The messages were cold, calculated, and full of strategy. One read, "She trusts me too much. I'll handle it my way. No one can know." Another said, "If she falls quietly. No one needs to see the cracks." Fans began sharing screenshots, some authentic-looking, some possibly doctored. But it didn't matter. The impact was immediate. Emotions ran high across social media, and hashtags like hashtag #RASHEEDA exposed and hashtag Yandy drama were trending within hours. Meanwhile, sources claimed that the fallout wasn't just between Rasheeda and Yandy. Friends, family, and even fans who had considered themselves neutral were being drawn into the drama. Some of Yandy's closest confidants allegedly confronted Rasheeda, demanding answers, while Rasheeda's inner circle reportedly tried to defend her. The tension was palpable, almost tangible. Insiders described the atmosphere as explosive, with shouting matches, door slamming, and tears. Real tears flowing as accusations flew. "You don't understand," one alleged friend of Yandy reportedly said. "She's been manipulating us all, including Yandy. It's disgusting." And then came the confrontation that everyone had been waiting for. According to Tasha K., Rasheeda and Yandy finally faced each other in a private meeting that was meant to clear the air but instead ignited even more drama. "Yandy, I don't know why you believe this nonsense," Rasheeda allegedly said, her voice icy. "I've always been there for you." But Yandy's response, as reported, was fierce. "Rasheeda, the texts, the calls, the whispers, they don't lie. I trusted you, and you betrayed me." The room reportedly shook with tension, the kind of energy that fans only read about in tabloids. Emotions were raw, eyes were watery, and voices trembled with anger, frustration, and disbelief. Outside of the confrontation, social media became a battlefield. Fans picked sides, memes were created within minutes, and reactions poured in from celebrities and influencers. Some defended Rasheeda, claiming that Tasha K was exaggerating for clicks and attention, while others lambasted her, calling her a master manipulator and demanding accountability. The family was left divided, reports claimed, with some members supporting Yandy and others quietly backing Rasheeda. Whispers of secret meetings, phone taps, and even video recordings began circulating, each more sensational than the last. As Tasha K continued her coverage, she described moments where the alleged betrayal had real-world consequences. Projects that Yandy was working on reportedly suffered delays. Collaborations with other stars became strained, and the energy on set was reportedly toxic. Producers and crew allegedly whispered about tension between the two women, with some claiming they were afraid of what Rasheeda might do next. One source said, "It's like walking on eggshells. You never know when something might blow up, and it always seems to involve her." Then came a twist that no one saw coming. Sources alleged that another reality star, someone close to both women, had secretly been mediating, trying to calm tensions, but instead got caught in the crossfire. "I just wanted peace," they reportedly said. "I didn't want to be dragged into the mess, but it's impossible. They won't stop." And fans were hooked. Rumors of secret phone calls, hidden agendas, and backdoor deals made the story feel like a thriller, with each day bringing a new revelation more shocking than the last. As the story developed, Tasha K emphasized that Rasheeda's public image was one thing, but her private persona was allegedly another. Fans were shown images, allegedly from private accounts, of meetings, late-night texts, and whispered conversations that seemed to confirm the claims. The narrative painted Rasheeda as someone who would go to extreme lengths to maintain control, manipulate perceptions, and protect her status, all while projecting warmth and authenticity on camera. "It's calculated," Tasha said, leaning into the camera. "Every smile, every hug, every supportive word you've seen, it's all part of the performance." The drama didn't stop there. Insiders claimed that during a particularly heated moment, Rasheeda and Yandy's dispute escalated to the point where the police were allegedly called due to fears of a physical altercation. "It was intense," one source said. "People were screaming, doors were being slammed, and you could feel the tension in the air. It was more than just words, it was danger." Fans couldn't get enough, sharing theories, dissecting videos, and speculating about who would emerge victorious in this war of emotions. But the most shocking part, Tasha K revealed, was yet to come. Allegedly, Rasheeda had been secretly documenting interactions with Yandy, creating a safety net of evidence to protect herself in case things went south. Fans were shocked at the audacity. Some praised her strategic thinking, while others condemned the deceit and betrayal. The lines between friend and foe blurred, and the community was left questioning who could be trusted. Comments flooded in. How could anyone do this to Yandy? Rasheeda is a genius or a monster, maybe both. The conversation consumed every feed, every thread, every late-night discussion. As part one of the story closed, Tasha K teased even more revelations. She hinted at additional players, secret alliances, and dramatic twists that would soon surface. The stage was set for betrayal, confrontation, and shocking confessions. Fans were left hanging on the edge of their seats, desperate for the next installment. Already predicting fallout, speculating motives, and questioning loyalties. The drama, it seemed, was just beginning, and no one would be able to look away. As the dust seemed to settle from the explosive revelations, whispers began circulating about the ripple effects that Rasheeda's alleged actions had caused in the wider reality TV world. Insiders claimed that producers were scrambling, worried that ongoing filming would become impossible if the tension between Rasheeda and Yandy escalated further. "It's like a ticking time bomb," one crew member allegedly said. "Every scene we film feels like walking into a storm. We don't know if it's going to be calm or explode at any second." Fans were gripped, imagining the chaos, and social media feeds were flooded with speculation, theories, and even leaked behind-the-scenes videos that seemed to confirm every wild claim Tasha K had made. Reports surfaced that family members were now actively involved, each with their own side of the story. Some of Rasheeda's close relatives allegedly reached out to Yandy, attempting to mediate, but their calls reportedly went unanswered. "They don't get it," a friend of Yandy supposedly said. "It's not about peace anymore, it's about honesty. Yandy deserves to know who's really in her corner." Meanwhile, fans claimed they saw heated exchanges in public, with Rasheeda and Yandy's entourages barely restrained, shouts and gestures catching the attention of anyone nearby. The tension was no longer confined to social media, it had spilled into the streets, creating a spectacle that reality TV fans could hardly believe. Tasha K revealed that Yandy, feeling cornered and emotionally drained, began confiding in her closest friends about the impact of the betrayal. Allegedly, Yandy had been left questioning her judgment, wondering how someone she trusted so deeply could orchestrate what now seemed like a strategic take. "I never imagined this," she reportedly said, voice trembling. "I thought Rasheeda was different. I thought she was my friend. Now, I don't know who to trust anymore." Fans were left sympathizing, commenting on every post, offering support, and amplifying the drama with theories about what Rasheeda might do next. The situation grew more volatile when alleged audio recordings leaked online, purportedly capturing private conversations between Rasheeda and members of her team. In one clip, a voice matching Rasheeda's allegedly said, "If Yandy thinks she can outsmart me, she's mistaken. I control the narrative." The intensity in the voice sent shivers through viewers, sparking debates about morality, friendship, and loyalty. Some argued that Rasheeda was simply protecting herself in a ruthless industry, while others called her a master manipulator, willing to destroy anyone who threatened her image. Fans were divided, heated arguments igniting in comment sections everywhere. Amidst the growing chaos, rumors of secret alliances began to surface. Allegedly, other reality TV stars, previously thought to be neutral, were secretly coordinating with Rasheeda, feeding information, and strategizing moves designed to maintain her dominance. The revelation shocked the community. One insider reportedly said, "It's like a chess game, and Rasheeda has been 3 moves ahead from the beginning. No one sees it coming until it's too late." Fans couldn't help but speculate who else might be involved, with wild guesses and supposed leaks dominating online discussions. The personal toll on Yandy reportedly intensified. Tasha K explained that Yandy had begun withdrawing from public appearances, skipping events, and turning down interviews, all while trying to process the betrayal and protect her family from the storm. Friends claimed she was constantly anxious, pacing her home, and checking phones obsessively. "She's exhausted," one friend allegedly said. "It's not just the betrayal, it's the fear, the uncertainty, the way everyone is watching and waiting for her next move." Fans empathized deeply, many sharing their own experiences of betrayal and offering words of support, further fueling the emotional gravity of the story. As if the tension weren't enough, Tasha K dropped a bombshell about a private confrontation that reportedly happened during a weekend getaway. Allegedly, Rasheeda and Yandy were forced to share a space at a retreat for mutual friends, leading to what witnesses described as a silent war of stares and barely contained hostility. Some insiders claimed they heard fragments of arguments behind closed doors, voices raised, accusations hurled, and tears shed. "The energy was toxic," a source allegedly said. "You could cut it with a knife." Everyone around them was terrified something would snap. Fans were riveted, imagining the scene, analyzing expressions from leaked photos, and theorizing about what exactly had been said. Tasha K's reporting also revealed a subplot involving mutual friends and family members trying to mediate. Allegedly, some tried to play peacemaker, arranging meetings, calls, and private messages to calm the storm. But every attempt reportedly backfired. Either because Rasheeda refused to compromise, or because Yandy felt the efforts were too little, too late. The drama became a tangled web of alliances, betrayals, and conflicting loyalties, leaving the entire fanbase obsessed with the unfolding chaos. Then came the alleged revelation that shocked even longtime followers of both women. Supposedly, Rasheeda had a hidden agenda beyond the conflict with Yandy. Insiders claimed she was orchestrating moves to secure future opportunities, protect her brand, and even manipulate perceptions among networks, producers, and fans. It's bigger than just this fight, one source allegedly said. She's thinking 5 steps ahead, ensuring that no matter what happens, she comes out on top. Fans were stunned. Discussions erupted online about strategy, morality, and whether Rasheeda's actions were brilliance or betrayal, with everyone weighing in and debating the long-term consequences. Amidst the chaos, Tasha K described how fans themselves became part of the drama, sharing supposed proofs of collusion, leaked messages, and photos. Every post was dissected, every story examined for hidden meanings. Emotions ran high as viewers took sides, some fiercely defending Yandy, others praising Rasheeda's cunning. The commentary threads became battlegrounds, full of shouting matches, emotional defenses, and tearful declarations. The intensity was like nothing fans had ever experienced in reality TV gossip, drawing comparisons to the most shocking scandals in the genre's history. As Part 2 closed, the stage was set for even more explosive developments. Insiders hinted at confrontations yet to occur, shocking confessions, and public showdowns that would make the previous drama seem mild. Tasha K teased that new players were entering the scene. Alliances were shifting, and the emotional stakes were higher than ever. Fans were left hanging, desperate for updates, analyzing every move, and waiting for the next twist in the saga that seemed to have no end. The tension was unbearable, the questions endless, and the drama intense, personal, and utterly captivating. The drama escalated even further as reports surfaced of a surprise confrontation at a private event. Allegedly, Yandy and Rasheeda were attending the same industry party, a gathering meant to celebrate success and networking, but it quickly turned into a battlefield. Insiders claimed that as soon as they saw each other across the room, tension erupted like a live wire. Whispers filled the air. Drinks were spilled, accidentally or maybe intentionally, and friends of both parties reportedly had to step in to prevent a full-blown scene. Fans were glued to social media, analyzing photos, videos, and cryptic captions that seemed to hint at the underlying storm. According to sources, the confrontation began subtly. Rasheeda allegedly approached with a forced smile, her eyes sharp, scanning Yandy like a predator. "I didn't expect to see you here," she supposedly said, her tone dripping with controlled sarcasm. Yandy, standing tall, despite the obvious discomfort, responded, "Well, it's still my industry. I'm not leaving just because someone has issues with me." Witnesses claimed the air was thick with unspoken accusations, tension crackling like electricity. Friends of both women tried to mediate, but every word seemed to escalate rather than calm the situation. Tasha K reported that during the event, the public nature of the gathering made emotions run even higher. Fans in attendance allegedly captured videos of heated exchanges, snippets of dialogue, and intense glares that could be felt through the screen. Some posts showed Rasheeda laughing loudly at what appeared to be a private joke, while Yandy's expressions were described as a mix of hurt, anger, and disbelief. Insiders claimed that the party became less about celebration and more about strategy, with both women calculating their next moves in front of an audience of peers and fans. The fallout from this event reportedly lasted for days. Social media was ablaze with speculation, edited clips, and dramatic interpretations of what had occurred. Fans debated endlessly. Was Rasheeda intentionally provoking Yandy, or was she maintaining control of her own narrative? Tasha K emphasized that the lines between public persona and private reality had blurred completely, leaving fans desperate to know what was real and what was part of a calculated performance. Hashtags like #YanDYVs, RASHEEDA, and #RealityDrama trended for weeks, fueling the frenzy and amplifying the emotional stakes. Then came a revelation that shocked even the most dedicated followers. Allegedly, text messages and private conversations revealed that other reality stars were secretly aligned with Rasheeda, feeding her information about Yandy's moves and even subtly influencing decisions behind the scenes. "She's orchestrating it all," one insider reportedly said. "Everything Yandy thinks she knows, Rasheeda has already considered. It's a game, and Rasheeda is playing for keeps. Fans were stunned, debating whether this was cunning genius or manipulative cruelty. And the discussion spilled across every platform imaginable. Amidst the growing chaos, Tasha K shared alleged accounts from mutual friends who were caught in the middle. "I don't know who to support," one supposedly confessed. "Both of them are hurting, both are in pain, and I feel like if I choose a side, I'll be betraying the other." The emotional weight of the story was palpable, drawing in viewers who found themselves emotionally invested, sharing theories, analyzing behavior, and trying to predict the next twist. It became clear that this wasn't just a food, it was a complex web of emotions, strategy, and personal stakes that had the entire reality TV community captivated. Allegedly, the tension reached a breaking point when a private meeting between Yandy and Rasheeda was secretly recorded. The recording, according to insiders, captured moments of raw emotion, accusations flying, and voices cracking under pressure. "Why did you do this to me?" Yandy reportedly shouted. "I trusted you, I confided in you, and you used that against me." Rasheeda's Voice.com yet icy, allegedly responded, "It's not what you think. I've always had your best interests in mind. You're just too naive to see the bigger picture." Fans were left reeling, debating the authenticity of the audio, and dissecting every word for hidden meaning, intent, and implication. The story took another dramatic turn with allegations that Rasheeda had been subtly undermining Yandy's professional opportunities. Insiders claimed she had contacted producers, sponsors, and collaborators, painting Yandy in a negative light and strategically influencing how she was perceived in the industry. "It's subtle, but devastating," one source reportedly said. "Yandy doesn't even know half of what's happening, but it's affecting everything she touches." Fans were outraged, expressing disbelief and anger at the perceived betrayal, while others argued that Rasheeda was simply playing a strategic game in a ruthless industry, where power and perception were everything. Tasha K also revealed that the drama had spilled into personal circles. Friends and family members reportedly felt compelled to choose sides, creating tension at gatherings, holidays, and social events. Some allegedly confronted Rasheeda directly, questioning her motives, while others tried to console Yandy and help her navigate the emotional turmoil. The family was left divided, friendships strained, and fans were watching it all unfold, captivated by the intensity and authenticity of the emotions on display. Then came the bombshell that truly sent shockwaves. Allegedly, Rasheeda had a private conversation where she admitted to strategic manipulation, though she framed it as protecting herself. One source allegedly said, she confessed, "I have to stay ahead. It's survival. No one else is looking out for me." Fans were divided. Some praised her strategic thinking, while others condemned the deceit and betrayal. Tasha K emphasized that this revelation added another layer of complexity, forcing viewers to question morality, loyalty, and the blurred lines between personal and professional survival in the reality TV world. As Part 3 concluded, Tasha K teased even more revelations yet to come. She hinted at explosive confrontations, public showdowns, and shocking twists that would continue to ripple through the industry. Fans were left on edge, waiting for the next chapter, analyzing every move, every post, and every interaction between the two women. The drama was far from over, and the stakes had never been higher. With every day that passed, the tension grew, the emotions intensified, and the story became more impossible to ignore. The tension between Rasheeda and Yandy didn't just simmer, it boiled over in ways fans could hardly imagine. According to insiders, a private dinner meant to celebrate a mutual friend's birthday turned into an emotional battlefield. The room was reportedly filled with laughter and music at first, but as soon as Rasheeda and Yandy were in the same space, the atmosphere shifted. You could feel the energy change the second they walked in. One witness allegedly said, "It was like a storm was rolling in, and everyone knew it." Allegedly, the first exchange was subtle but loaded with tension. Rasheeda, dressed to impress, reportedly approached with a calm smile that didn't reach her eyes. "I didn't expect to see you here," she supposedly said, her tone casual but charged. Yandy, her expression tight, responded, "I'm here because this is my life too. I don't need permission." Sources claimed that the words were just the beginning, and the silence that followed was deafening. A quiet storm before the explosion. Fans analyzing leaked photos of the event claimed they could see the tension radiating from every gesture, every glance, every half-smile. According to Tasha K, the real drama began when conversations between friends and family attempted to mediate. Allegedly, one mutual friend tried to diffuse the tension, saying, "Come on, let's just enjoy tonight. It's not worth it." But both women reportedly ignored the plea, exchanging heated whispers that quickly drew attention. Other guests allegedly described hearing phrases like "you think I don't know," and "I've seen everything," delivered in a voice low enough to be private but loud enough to carry across the room. Emotions were running high, and witnesses claimed it felt like the room could ignite at any moment. Tasha K also shared alleged texts and voice notes that surfaced shortly after the dinner. One text, supposedly from Rasheeda, read, "They don't see the full picture. I'm protecting myself." Another from Yandy said, "I can't believe I trusted you. How could you do this?" Fans were captivated, dissecting every word for hidden meaning and implications. Debates raged online about intent, manipulation, and morality, and every comment thread seemed to spark new waves of drama. The intensity was unmatched, drawing comparisons to the most infamous reality TV scandals in history. The fallout reportedly extended beyond the private event. Insiders claimed that sponsors, collaborators, and networks were watching closely, worried about how the tension might affect ongoing projects. "It's like watching a powder keg," one source allegedly said. "One wrong move and everything could blow up. Everyone's walking on eggshells, and the pressure is insane." Fans, of course, had opinions. Some argued that Yandy should stand her ground, while others believed Rasheeda was simply asserting control in an industry where power dynamics are everything. Allegedly, the situation intensified when another reality star was rumored to have been secretly recording conversations, trying to gather evidence of manipulation and deceit. "I didn't want to get involved," the source reportedly said, "but once I heard the things being said, I knew someone had to document it." These recordings, whether authentic or exaggerated, became the center of online debates, fueling speculation, fan theories, and heated arguments across social media platforms. Hashtags like #real or fake and #behind-the-scenes were trending, as fans attempted to decode the truth from the spectacle. Tasha K reported that Yandy, feeling increasingly cornered, began confiding in close friends about the emotional toll. Allegedly, she spoke of sleepless nights, anxiety, and fear of being publicly humiliated. "I just want to protect myself and my family," she reportedly said. "I never imagined betrayal like this." Fans empathized, many sharing personal experiences of betrayal and emotional strain, while others debated whether Rasheeda's actions were strategic brilliance or calculated cruelty. The discussions became emotional, intense, and deeply personal for viewers. Then came what insiders described as the most shocking twist yet. Allegedly, during a confrontation at a recording studio, Rasheeda and Yandy faced each other in an environment charged with creative energy and tension. Witnesses claimed that accusations flew like daggers, voices raised, and both women's inner circles were caught in the crossfire. "It was like a war zone," one source allegedly said. "You could hear the anger, the hurt, the frustration. It was intense, raw, and completely unfiltered." Fans were riveted, analyzing leaked footage, photos, and snippets of dialogue for every clue, every gesture, and every possible interpretation. Allegedly, the confrontation escalated further when secrets and private messages were brought to light. Tasha K revealed that Yandy had allegedly discovered a series of communications that made her question everything she thought she knew about Rasheeda. The messages reportedly showed manipulation, strategic positioning, and even attempts to influence mutual friends and collaborators. "I can't believe you," Yandy allegedly shouted in one audio clip. "How could you betray me like this?" Rasheeda, according to insiders, remained calm but firm, allegedly responding, "It's survival. You'll understand one day." The fallout didn't stop there. Insiders claimed that mutual friends and family were left divided, with some supporting Yandy and others backing Rasheeda. Social media became a battlefield, with fans taking sides, creating memes, and analyzing every move. Tasha K emphasized that the intensity of the conflict was unprecedented, drawing in viewers, influencers, and other reality TV stars who weighed in publicly and privately. The drama was consuming, emotional, and utterly captivating. As Part 4 drew to a close, Tasha K teased even more revelations about secret alliances, hidden agendas, and shocking confessions that were allegedly still to come. Fans were left on edge, desperate for updates, analyzing every post, and speculating about the next explosive confrontation. The tension was higher than ever, emotions were raw, and the saga between Rasheeda and Yandy was far from over. The stakes had never been clearer, and the story promised to become even more intense, personal, and dramatic with every passing day. The intensity of the drama reached new heights as allegations of secret meetings and whispered schemes began to surface. According to insiders, Rasheeda had been seen in multiple late-night gatherings with individuals rumored to be aligned with her interests, discussing strategies that allegedly involved manipulating perceptions, controlling narratives, and subtly undermining Yandy at every turn. She's always thinking 2-3 steps ahead, one source allegedly said. Everything is calculated. Nothing is accidental. Fans were captivated, debating whether Rasheeda was a strategic genius or a manipulative force, with every detail dissected across social media. Meanwhile, Yandy reportedly began confiding more openly in her closest allies, expressing feelings of betrayal, frustration, and exhaustion. "I can't keep pretending," she allegedly said. "I've been loyal, trusting, and open, and it feels like she's been playing a game behind my back the whole time." Fans were empathetic, flooding comments with support, but also speculating wildly about what Rasheeda's next move might be. The tension was palpable, not just between the two women, but throughout their entire circles of friends, family, and collaborators. Tasha K revealed that a turning point allegedly occurred during an industry networking event. Rasheeda and Yandy, forced to attend the same gathering, reportedly engaged in a series of verbal exchanges that left onlookers stunned. "You think you have control?" Yandy allegedly asked, her voice sharp and accusing. Rasheeda's response, according to sources, was calm yet chilling. "I've always had control. You just never realized it." The room reportedly held its breath as the confrontation unfolded, with friends stepping in to prevent a full-blown public spectacle. Fans dissected leaked photos and snippets of video, analyzing body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice, turning every detail into fodder for intense debate online. Allegedly, the fallout extended into professional opportunities as well. Insiders claimed that producers and collaborators were caught in the middle, unsure of how to proceed with projects that involved both women. Some feared tension could disrupt filming schedules, while others worried about public perception. "It's a nightmare for production," one source allegedly said. "You can't script this kind of drama, but it's happening live, and everyone is watching." Fans speculated endlessly about who would gain the upper hand, which alliances would shift, and what consequences would follow. Tasha K also reported on leaked audio that allegedly captured private conversations between Rasheeda and members of her team. In one clip, a voice matching Rasheeda's allegedly said, "If Yandy thinks she's untouchable, she's wrong. Every move she makes, every word, it's all part of my plan." Fans were shocked, the intensity of the drama escalating further as each revelation added layers to the story. Some argued that Rasheeda's actions were brilliant strategy, while others condemned her manipulation and deceit. The debate divided communities online, creating emotional battlegrounds where fans passionately argued their positions. Meanwhile, Yandy was reportedly struggling to maintain composure in public appearances. Insiders claimed she was constantly vigilant, checking phones, reviewing messages, and confiding in select friends about her anxiety. "She's exhausted," one source allegedly said. "It's not just the betrayal, it's the constant stress, the fear of what might come next, and the knowledge that millions are watching." Fans responded with overwhelming support, posting messages of encouragement and empathy, while also speculating about how the conflict might escalate. Allegedly, another explosive development occurred when mutual friends reportedly confronted Rasheeda about her behavior. "People are starting to notice," one insider allegedly said. "They're questioning loyalty, trust, and intentions." Rasheeda can't control everything forever. According to Tasha K, Rasheeda's response was reportedly both calm and calculated. "I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just surviving. If people don't understand, that's their problem." Fans were divided, some praising her strategic thinking, while others accused her of cold-hearted manipulation. The intensity of emotions, debates, and speculation reached fever pitch. The personal stakes reportedly escalated as well. Insiders claimed that family members were feeling the strain, forced to pick sides or attempt to mediate between the two women. The tension at gatherings, holidays, and even casual meetings was allegedly palpable, with whispered conversations, subtle glances, and quiet arguments leaving everyone on edge. Tasha K emphasized that the emotional weight of the situation was immense, drawing in viewers, influencers, and reality TV enthusiasts who were captivated by every development. Then came a revelation that stunned even the most devoted followers. Allegedly, Rasheeda had been documenting interactions with Yandy and mutual friends, creating a meticulous record of conversations, actions, and responses. According to insiders, this was done as a precautionary measure, a way to maintain control over the narrative and protect herself in case conflicts escalated publicly. Fans were shocked at the audacity, some calling it brilliant foresight, while others condemned the apparent deceit and betrayal. Tasha K highlighted the intensity of the emotional stakes, making it clear that this conflict was far from a simple feud. It was a psychological chess game with very real consequences. As Part 5 came to a close, Tasha K teased that the final acts of the saga were on the horizon. Allegedly, more confrontations, shocking confessions, and emotional explosions were imminent. Fans were left on edge, analyzing every social media post, every interaction, and every snippet of information for clues about what would happen next. The tension, emotion, and drama had reached a fever pitch, and the story promised to deliver even more twists and shocking moments before reaching its conclusion. The battle between Rasheeda and Yandy had become a spectacle, captivating millions, dividing fans, and leaving the entire reality TV community obsessed with every development. The final chapter of this saga began with tensions reaching a breaking point. Insiders claimed that a high-profile industry event, meant to celebrate accomplishments and collaborations, became the backdrop for what many are calling the most intense confrontation between Rasheeda and Yandy yet. Fans were already on edge, speculating about the event for weeks, and the moment did not disappoint. Sources described an atmosphere so thick with anticipation and emotion that you could almost feel it pulsing in the room. Allegedly, the confrontation started subtly. Rasheeda entered with a confident air, glances sharp, her entourage tight. Yandy, aware of the eyes upon her, reportedly held her head high, maintaining composure despite the storm brewing. Whispers filled the room, guests holding their breath, anticipating the inevitable clash. It was palpable. One source allegedly said, "You could see the tension in their posture, their expressions, even in the smallest gestures. Everyone knew something was about to happen." According to Tasha K, the first exchange was explosive. Rasheeda allegedly leaned in, voice low but cutting. "You think the world is on your side? Think again." Yandy's response, reportedly dripping with emotion, was fierce. "I trusted you, I confided in you, and this is how you repay me. I see everything now." Insiders claimed the room went silent, the air electric with emotion, as friends, family, and industry colleagues watched in stunned silence. The drama was no longer subtle, it was unavoidable, raw, and completely consuming. Allegedly, the confrontation escalated into a full-blown argument, with accusations flying, voices raised, and emotions spilling over. Sources claimed that mutual friends attempted to mediate, but their efforts were futile. Each word, each accusation seemed to fan the flames. It was like watching a hurricane. One insider said, "There was no stopping it, and everyone in the room felt it." Fans were captivated, analyzing leaked video clips, snippets of dialogue, and social media posts for every indication of motive, intent, and outcome. Tasha K reported that during this heated moment, additional revelations came to light. Allegedly, other reality TV stars, previously thought to be neutral, were implicated in the drama. Sources claimed they had been feeding information, creating alliances, and subtly influencing the conflict from behind the scenes. "It's a web of strategy and manipulation," one insider allegedly said. "Rasheeda has been calculating every move, but Yandy is no longer blind. She's fighting back, and the tension is palpable." Fans were shocked, debating morality, loyalty, and the complexity of the relationships at play. Amidst the chaos, Tasha K emphasized the personal stakes. Allegedly, Yandy had been emotionally drained for weeks, struggling to navigate betrayal, manipulation, and public scrutiny. Sources claimed she confided in close friends about sleepless nights, constant anxiety, and fear of public humiliation. "I never thought it would get this intense," Yandy reportedly said. "I thought trust meant something. Now I'm not sure about anything." Fans responded with overwhelming empathy, flooding social media with support, while others debated the unfolding drama, analyzing every interaction for deeper meaning. Allegedly, the tension reached its peak when private messages and recordings were leaked online. Some showed Rasheeda discussing strategies, control, and influence, while others captured Yandy expressing hurt, disbelief, and determination to reclaim her narrative. Fans were riveted, the drama magnified by the perceived authenticity of these leaks. Tasha K emphasized that the emotional stakes had never been higher, with relationships, careers, and reputations hanging in the balance. The saga reportedly climaxed with an emotional public confrontation during the event. Sources described a moment where both women stood facing each other. Emotions raw, voices trembling, eyes glistening with anger and sorrow. Allegedly, Yandy said, "I deserve better. Everyone deserves the truth." Rasheeda, reportedly maintaining a calm but icy demeanor, responded, "The truth is what I say it is. You'll see eventually." The intensity of the exchange left friends and onlookers shocked, some physically stepping back, while fans dissected every second in real time, sharing reactions, memes, and commentary across social media. Tasha K also highlighted the aftermath, claiming that industry professionals were left scrambling. Allegedly, sponsors, collaborators, and producers were concerned about the fallout affecting projects, partnerships, and public perception. Sources suggested that tensions were so high that filming schedules were disrupted, with some scenes reportedly cut or postponed to prevent further conflict. Fans were drawn into the chaos, following every development with relentless curiosity, sharing opinions, and debating who was right or wrong in the saga. Allegedly, the emotional toll extended beyond the public eye. Friends and family members were reportedly forced to navigate divided loyalties, private confrontations, and subtle pressures from both sides. Tasha K emphasized that this wasn't just a story of public feud, it was a story of real human emotion, manipulation, and survival in a high-stakes industry. Fans were captivated by the complexity, the raw emotion, and the psychological intensity of the conflict. As the story began to settle, Tasha K teased potential next chapters. Allegedly, more revelations, secret confessions, and dramatic shifts were on the horizon, keeping fans on edge. The saga between Rasheeda and Yandy had become a living spectacle, one where loyalties were tested, strategies revealed, and emotions ran unfiltered. The anticipation was palpable, and viewers were left obsessing over every social media post, leaked message, and whispered rumor. The drama promised to continue unfolding, with stakes higher than ever, leaving everyone desperate for the next revelation. With Part 6 closing, the story reached a temporary pause. But Tasha K made it clear, the battle between Rasheeda and Yandy was far from over. Fans were left hanging, analyzing every detail, debating loyalties, and preparing for the inevitable next wave of drama. The tension, the emotion, and the stakes had reached an all-time high, making this saga one of the most captivating, divisive, and talked about conflicts in reality TV history. Even after the so-called final confrontation, the saga between Rasheeda and Yandy didn't slow down. Insiders claimed that private meetings, text exchanges, and whispered rumors continued to pile up, creating an almost never-ending spiral of tension. Allegedly, a late-night recording surfaced of Rasheeda laughing with a small group of allies, discussing how she had controlled the narrative perfectly. Sources said the recording, brief but intense, showed the confidence and strategic thinking that had fans calling her a mastermind. Simultaneously, alleged messages from Yandy circulated online, expressing exhaustion and disbelief. "I thought I knew her. I thought she was my friend. Now I don't even know who I am supposed to trust." Fans were captivated, sharing screenshots, speculating endlessly, and analyzing every nuance for hidden meaning. Meanwhile, the ripple effect reached mutual friends who reportedly felt trapped in a web of alliances and secret loyalties. One insider allegedly said, "Everyone is walking on eggshells. No one knows what to say, what to do, or how to act without triggering the storm." Friends of Yandy reportedly attempted interventions, private conversations meant to offer clarity or peace, but each effort only fueled rumors. According to Tasha K, the private world of these reality stars had become almost like a chessboard, each move observed, analyzed, and leveraged by someone in the network. Fans were obsessed with the theory of hidden players, alliances, and silent strategies at work behind the scenes. Then came an alleged public appearance that reignited the fire. Sources claimed Yandy attended a high-profile event, her demeanor calm but visibly tense. Rasheeda was reportedly present at the same venue, her entourage buzzing with energy, and the air was thick with unspoken hostility. Whispers and side glances reportedly escalated into tense exchanges near the VIP section, leaving attendees uneasy and fans glued to social media, watching every post, video, and cryptic story update. Insiders described gestures, sidelong looks, and barely audible mutterings, all feeding the narrative that the feud was far from over. Tasha K allegedly revealed a private video clip, shared by a mutual acquaintance, capturing a brief but explosive conversation. Allegedly, Rasheeda leaned in and said, "You think this ends tonight? You have no idea what's coming." Yandy's reply, according to insiders, was fierce yet controlled. "I'm done being silent. "I'm done being blindsided. Everyone will know the truth soon enough." The clip, though only seconds long, reportedly sent fans into a frenzy. Hashtags like #YandyYVs, RASHEDDA, and #TruthUnfolds spiked in trending topics, while fans dissected every inflection, smile, and pause for hidden meaning, fueling debates that stretched across multiple social media platforms. According to Tasha K., the drama extended into professional circles as well. Producers, sponsors, and collaborators were allegedly caught in a whirlwind of tension, trying to navigate schedules, promotions, and projects without escalating the feud further. Insiders said some collaborations were reportedly put on hold, scripts rewritten, and event appearances rescheduled to avoid triggering another confrontation. Fans speculated endlessly, trying to guess what would happen next, with theories ranging from secret reconciliations to shocking betrayals that had yet to be revealed. The emotional stakes escalated when alleged screenshots of group chats leaked, showing friends and family debating loyalty, trust, and alliances. One friend supposedly wrote, "We can't keep picking sides. It's tearing everyone apart." Another allegedly responded, "Rasheeda has always been strategic. Yandy finally sees it, but it's going to get messier before it's over." Fans pored over these screenshots, analyzing every comment, emoji, and timestamp, turning each revelation into fuel for passionate debates and fan theories. Tasha K. reported an alleged behind-the-scenes moment where Yandy confided in a close confidant about the mental and emotional toll. "I'm losing sleep. I'm questioning everything, everyone, every friendship," she reportedly said. "I just want peace. But peace feels impossible right now." Sources claimed that Rasheeda's actions, whether intentional manipulation or strategic positioning, had left a lasting emotional impact, not just on Yandy but on the surrounding community. Fans were drawn into the story, empathizing, theorizing, and engaging in heated debates about morality, loyalty, and personal survival in the cutthroat world of reality television. Then came another alleged twist. Sources claimed that Rasheeda, sensing the public and fan attention, began leveraging social media subtly, posting cryptic messages, carefully curated photos, and ambiguous stories that hinted at control, foresight, and influence. Fans reportedly went wild, analyzing every post, comment, and reaction for clues about what was happening behind the scenes. Tasha K. highlighted that the intensity of fan engagement had turned this feud into a full-blown cultural phenomenon, with millions emotionally invested in every revelation, leak, and confrontation. Allegedly, private conversations between mutual allies revealed even more strategic maneuvering. Sources claimed friends and collaborators were divided, some quietly supporting Yandy, others siding with Rasheeda, and some trying desperately to remain neutral while navigating a highly charged environment. One alleged message read, "It's like everyone has a part to play, but no one knows what the final act will be." Fans analyzed these leaked texts, theorizing about secret plots, potential reconciliations, and explosive revelations yet to come. Tasha K. emphasized that despite the escalation, both women reportedly continued to maintain their public appearances, interviews, and social media presence with professionalism, masking the chaos beneath. Insiders claimed this duality, the composed public persona versus the turbulent private world, added an almost cinematic intensity to the story. Fans speculated constantly, debating which actions were genuine, which were strategic, and which were being misinterpreted entirely. Every post, every appearance, every statement became a piece of the larger puzzle, driving engagement and fueling the narrative. As rumors, leaks, and alleged recordings continued to surface, the feud reportedly took on a life of its own. Insiders claimed that friends, family, collaborators, and even casual acquaintances found themselves unwittingly drawn into the drama, either as witnesses, intermediaries, or pawns in an ongoing game of perception, influence, and emotional strategy. Fans followed each development religiously, dissecting behavior, gestures, and conversations for clues about who truly held power in the ongoing conflict. And yet, despite the chaos, Tasha K. teased that even more shocking developments were allegedly on the horizon. Sources hinted at private confessions, explosive revelations, and confrontations that could redefine the narrative entirely. Fans were left on edge, watching, waiting, and analyzing every post, story, and snippet of information that could reveal the next twist. The saga between Rasheeda and Yandy had become more than just a personal conflict. It had become a worldwide spectacle, a study in loyalty, strategy, and emotional endurance. The tension between Rasheeda and Yandy reportedly reached new heights when an alleged leaked conversation hinted at alliances forming behind the scenes. Insiders claimed that certain friends, previously thought to be neutral, had begun subtly taking sides, sharing information, and influencing outcomes without either woman realizing the full scope. "It's like a silent war," one source allegedly said. "Everyone is playing a part, and the pieces are moving faster than anyone can track." Fans immediately reacted online, creating threads, polls, and debates about who was truly trustworthy and what the final outcome might be. Meanwhile, allegedly Yandy began strategizing her own moves. Sources claimed she had meetings with trusted allies, reviewing texts, voice notes, and social media posts, trying to anticipate Rasheeda's next steps. "I can't let this define me," she reportedly said. "I need to control my story before it spirals completely out of control." Fans were captivated by the mental chess unfolding, discussing every gesture, comment, and post in excruciating detail, speculating about motives and hidden agendas. Every small detail became a spark for conversation, analysis, and debate. Tasha K allegedly shared an explosive update involving a private dinner, where Rasheeda and Yandy were reportedly present in the same space yet again. Witnesses claimed that tension was almost tangible, with subtle glances, whispered words, and carefully timed smiles feeding speculation about what might unfold. "You could cut the tension with a knife," one insider allegedly said. "Everyone in the room knew something was about to happen, but no one knew who would make the first move." Fans pored over leaked photos and videos, trying to decipher body language, posture, and expressions, turning every tiny interaction into a storyline of its own. Allegedly, the drama took a turn when new messages surfaced hinting at a possible third party influencing the conflict. Insiders claimed a mutual acquaintance had been relaying selective information, amplifying misunderstandings, and subtly directing attention. "They're fanning the flames without anyone realizing it," one source allegedly said. Tasha K emphasized that this revelation added a layer of complexity, showing that the feud was no longer just about Rasheeda and Yandy. It had become a network of influence, perception, and manipulation, pulling friends, family, and fans into the narrative. Sources also claimed that Yandy experienced emotional strain from the constant scrutiny. Allegedly, she confided in a close friend about sleepless nights, anxiety, and frustration over public perception. "I can't escape it," she reportedly said. "Everywhere I turn, every post, every comment, it's like the world is watching and judging. I just want to protect myself and the people I care about." Fans empathized, flooding social media with support, but also debating the legitimacy of Rasheeda's alleged actions, trying to determine whether this was manipulation, strategy, or something more complex. Then, allegedly, Rasheeda made a subtle yet powerful move on social media that sent fans into a frenzy. Sources claimed she posted cryptic stories, carefully curated images, and ambiguous captions hinting at control, foresight, and influence. Fans immediately dissected the posts, debating whether she was signaling strength, sowing doubt, or responding to unseen forces in the feud. Tasha K reportedly highlighted that such moves demonstrated the intricate and high-stakes nature of the conflict, with perception often being as important as reality itself. Allegedly, another private confrontation occurred when mutual friends attempted to mediate. Sources claimed emotions spilled over, with accusations and defenses flying between the two women. One insider allegedly said, "It was raw, intense, and almost cinematic. You could feel the history, the betrayal, and the strategy all in one moment." Fans dissected leaked snippets, arguing about tone, intent, and possible outcomes. Every detail, no matter how small, became a clue in the ongoing drama, leaving viewers emotionally invested and unable to look away. Tasha K also reported that the conflict began affecting public appearances, collaborations, and industry projects. Allegedly, producers and sponsors grew concerned about public perception, leading to altered schedules, postponed appearances, and behind-the-scenes negotiations. Insiders claimed that both women were aware of the stakes, navigating public appearances with caution while privately strategizing and responding to new developments. Fans were fascinated by the duality, the public calm versus the private storm, and analyzed every gesture, comment, and post for hidden meaning. Allegedly, as the conflict continued, fans and insiders speculated about possible reconciliation, but Tasha K suggested that trust had been eroded to a point where any truce would be temporary and fragile. Sources claimed that even minor interactions between Rasheeda and Yandy could reignite old tensions, sparking new confrontations and fan debates. Hashtags like #YandyYVs, RASHEEDA, #RealityDrama, and #trust issues trended repeatedly, with fans passionately discussing alliances, motives, and likely next moves. As this extended chapter concluded, Tasha K teased more shocking revelations still to come. Allegedly, new audio clips, messages, and private exchanges were about to surface, promising even more twists in a story already full of betrayal, emotion, and high-stakes drama. Fans were left on edge, analyzing every post, leak, and whisper for clues about what could happen next. The feud had transformed from a personal conflict into a global spectacle, captivating audiences, dividing fans, and cementing itself as one of the most talked-about dramas in reality TV history. The intensity reportedly spiked when allegedly leaked voice notes surfaced, capturing a private exchange between Rasheeda and an unidentified ally. In the recording, the voice allegedly matching Rasheeda said, "They think they see everything, but they don't. Control the story, control the perception." Insiders claimed the clip sent shockwaves through the fan community, with debates erupting about manipulation, strategy, and the blurred line between reality and performance. Fans dissected every word, tone, and pause, theorizing about hidden intentions and the next possible move in a feud that seemed endless. Meanwhile, Yandy allegedly shared her own frustrations privately, expressing deep exhaustion over the relentless scrutiny. "I can't keep fighting shadows," she reportedly said to a close friend. "It feels like everywhere I turn, someone is waiting to twist what I say or do." Fans empathized, flooding social media with messages of support and solidarity, while others debated whether Yandy was truly innocent in the unfolding drama or whether she too had been strategically navigating the complex web of relationships and alliances. The drama had transcended personal conflict, evolving into a spectacle where every action, post, or comment became a public statement, subject to scrutiny. According to Tasha K, another alleged confrontation occurred at a semi-private event. Witnesses claimed Rasheeda and Yandy were forced into the same space, their mutual awareness igniting an immediate, electric tension. Whispers and side glances reportedly escalated into a charged dialogue, with accusations barely contained. Insiders claimed friends and family attempted to intervene, but both women were locked in their own emotional vortex, each word and gesture amplified by the anticipation of the surrounding audience. Fans dissected leaked footage and photos, noting subtle expressions, postures, and micro-movements as evidence of the intensity of the conflict. Allegedly, a new twist emerged when a mutual friend was rumored to have shared selective information between the two women, intensifying misunderstandings and fueling the perception of manipulation. Sources suggested this third-party influence had created additional layers of tension, dividing allies and escalating emotional stakes. Tasha K emphasized that such dynamics revealed the complexity of the feud, turning it into a psychological chess game where public and private actions were carefully calculated, observed, and analyzed by everyone involved, including millions of fans worldwide. As the drama unfolded, insiders claimed that professional relationships began to feel the impact. Collaborations, sponsorships, and public appearances were reportedly adjusted or postponed to avoid escalating the feud further. Sources suggested that both women were acutely aware of these consequences, navigating public life carefully while privately strategizing. Fans were captivated by the duality, the composed public image masking turbulent, private conflict, and speculated endlessly on potential reconciliations, betrayals, or unexpected moves that could dramatically shift the narrative. Tasha K allegedly revealed new private messages where Yandy expressed frustration and determination. "I'm done letting this define me," she reportedly said. "I need to reclaim my story before it spins out completely." Sources claimed these messages demonstrated both vulnerability and resilience, highlighting the emotional toll of constant scrutiny while emphasizing her resolve to navigate the situation on her own terms. Fans responded passionately, sharing supportive comments, memes, and analysis, fueling online discussions that only heightened the spectacle of the ongoing feud. Then came another alleged public incident. Insiders claimed that during a joint event, Rasheeda and Yandy had a tense interaction that left onlookers stunned. Allegedly, Rasheeda leaned in with a pointed remark, "Perception is everything. Remember that." Yandy's response was reportedly equally charged, "Truth will always matter, even when people try to twist it." Witnesses said the intensity of the exchange was almost cinematic, capturing raw emotion, subtle strategy, and unspoken tension that fans devoured online. Hashtags like #YandyVs RASHEEDA and #TruthAndLies trended immediately, sparking global conversations about the feud's deeper meaning and consequences. According to insiders, the emotional stakes were further complicated by family dynamics. Allegedly, relatives were caught between loyalty, personal feelings, and the desire to remain neutral, creating additional tension at gatherings and private events. Sources claimed that even minor interactions could reignite old arguments, leaving everyone walking on eggshells. Fans followed these developments closely, analyzing family responses and interactions for insight into the broader emotional landscape of the feud, further fueling engagement and speculation. Tasha K also highlighted the role of social media in escalating the conflict. Allegedly, subtle posts, cryptic stories, and ambiguous comments from both women were dissected by millions of fans, each word and image magnified for hidden meaning. Insiders suggested that this careful curation of public persona versus private reality added layers of complexity, making the feud not only emotionally charged but also an intricate study in perception management, influence, and strategy. Fans became part of the narrative, reacting, theorizing, and analyzing every development in real time. As this segment of the story concluded, Tasha K teased additional revelations allegedly still to surface. Sources claimed new audio clips, text messages, and behind-the-scenes exchanges would soon emerge, promising even more explosive confrontations, dramatic shifts in alliances, and emotional disclosures. Fans were left on edge, following every post, story, and leak for clues about what could happen next. The feud between Rasheeda and Yandy had evolved into a global spectacle of manipulation, emotion, and strategy, captivating audiences, dividing fans, and ensuring that the drama would continue to dominate conversations for months to come. Allegedly, the drama took a darker turn when sources claimed that a series of private messages between Rasheeda and some allies hinted at deeper strategic moves. Insiders said she was reportedly coordinating responses, controlling narratives, and subtly influencing mutual friends without them realizing the full scope. "It's like she's always 3 steps ahead," one source allegedly said. Fans erupted online, debating whether these actions were brilliant strategy or manipulative overreach, dissecting every leaked screenshot, timestamp, and word for hidden meaning. Meanwhile, Yandy reportedly began documenting everything herself, keeping careful notes of interactions, texts, and social media activity. Sources claimed she confided in a trusted confidant, "I can't let this spiral. I have to protect myself, my image, and my family." Fans were captivated by this revelation, seeing Yandy as both vulnerable and strategic, navigating a complex web of personal betrayal, professional risk, and public scrutiny. The narrative had shifted from simple feud to psychological chess game, where every move was analyzed, predicted, and debated by millions of fans worldwide. Tasha K allegedly shared that a new public appearance reignited the feud in unexpected ways. Reportedly, both women attended a celebrity fundraiser, and subtle glances and gestures sparked speculation among attendees and fans alike. Insiders claimed that Rasheeda allegedly smirked at a comment, while Yandy responded with a tight-lipped smile, a barely perceptible but charged reaction that fueled online debates. Fans flooded social media with theories, creating threads dissecting posture, eye contact, and timing, each claiming proof of dominance or subtle victory in the ongoing drama. Then, allegedly, leaked audio from a private conversation emerged, intensifying the conflict. In the recording, a voice allegedly matching Rasheeda's said, "If they think they can control the narrative, they're wrong. Perception is power, and I hold it." Sources claimed Yandy's reply, in another clip, was equally charged, "I will not be silenced. I will not let this define me." Fans were electrified, dissecting tone, cadence, and phrasing for insight into intentions, motivations, and possible future moves. The leaked audio intensified debates, dividing fans further, and fueling speculation about what could happen next. Allegedly, mutual friends were reportedly caught in the crossfire. Insiders claimed that some were secretly passing information to one side or the other, whether intentionally or unknowingly, escalating tension further. "It's like everyone is walking a tightrope," one source allegedly said. "One wrong move, and it all blows up." Fans became obsessed, analyzing group dynamics, loyalty, and the subtle cues in every interaction, treating each revelation as a piece of an ever-expanding puzzle. According to Tasha K., family dynamics further complicated the story. Allegedly, relatives were forced to navigate divided loyalties, subtle pressures, and the fear of becoming entangled in the drama. Sources claim that minor interactions, like a glance or a comment at family events, could trigger speculation, tension, and conflict. Fans dissected these dynamics relentlessly, theorizing about hidden alliances, unspoken tensions, and the psychological impact of such a public, high-stakes feud. Then allegedly came another dramatic public encounter. Sources claimed Rasheeda and Yandy crossed paths at a high-profile award event. Insiders said that subtle gestures, carefully timed smiles, and loaded comments created an almost cinematic scene, with emotions barely contained and fans analyzing every second. Tasha K. emphasized that the drama wasn't just personal, it had become a spectacle, a performance, and a study in public perception, control, and strategy. Hashtags like #YonDYVs, RASHEEDA, and #RealityFeud exploded online, creating new layers of engagement and fan analysis. Allegedly, the emotional intensity escalated further when private allies reportedly leaked selective information, fueling misunderstandings and suspicion. Insiders claimed this third-party influence magnified tension, leaving both women navigating a highly charged, emotionally volatile environment. Fans were captivated, theorizing endlessly about motives, strategies, and hidden agendas, turning every post, message, and interaction into evidence of the ongoing psychological and emotional battle. Tasha K. also highlighted the mental and emotional toll. Allegedly, Yandy confided to a trusted source about anxiety, frustration, and the challenge of navigating public perception while privately handling betrayal. "I feel like I'm living in a constant storm," she reportedly said. "Every action, every word, every post is under scrutiny, and it's exhausting." Fans responded with empathy, sharing supportive messages, while others debated Rasheeda's alleged motivations, the fairness of public judgment, and the complexity of navigating fame, friendship, and conflict simultaneously. As this extended segment concluded, insiders teased even more shocking revelations on the horizon. Allegedly, upcoming leaks, audio clips, and private exchanges promised to escalate the drama further, adding new confrontations, strategic moves, and emotional explosions. Fans were left waiting with bated breath, analyzing every update, every post, and every whisper for clues. The feud between Rasheeda and Yandy had become more than a personal conflict. It was now a global spectacle, captivating audiences, dividing fans, and promising more shocking twists, emotional turmoil, and strategic brilliance in the chapters yet to unfold. Allegedly, the feud reached a new level when insiders claimed that a leaked group chat revealed secret alliances forming among mutual friends. According to sources, some allies were allegedly feeding selective information to both Rasheeda and Yandy, creating confusion, tension, and mistrust. One insider reportedly said, "It's like a battlefield with invisible lines. Everyone thinks they're loyal, but loyalties are shifting under the radar." Fans were immediately captivated, dissecting screenshots, timestamps, and subtle language for clues about hidden agendas and future confrontations. Meanwhile, Yandy was allegedly seen confiding in a close, trusted friend, expressing frustration, hurt, and a determination to reclaim control of her narrative. "I can't let this spiral anymore," she reportedly said. "People are twisting everything, and I need to make sure my truth is heard." Fans responded with overwhelming support, sharing messages, memes, and videos expressing solidarity. Online debates surged, with fans passionately analyzing every possible move, every leaked snippet, and every post to predict the next explosive moment in the ongoing drama. Tasha K. allegedly reported that another public interaction occurred at a high-profile networking event. Sources claimed both women were present, exchanging subtle but emotionally charged glances and comments. Insiders described the scene as tense, cinematic, and almost unbearable to witness. "You could feel the electricity in the room," one source allegedly said. "Every word, every glance, every movement carried weight, history, and emotion." Fans were glued to social media, breaking down every detail, arguing over posture, tone, and intent, creating a digital spectacle as intense as the real-life confrontation. Allegedly, new leaked audio clips emerged, showing private conversations where Rasheeda allegedly discussed her approach to controlling perception and managing influence. In one clip, she allegedly said, "People see what I allow them to see. I'm always one step ahead." Fans were shocked, some praising her strategy, others condemning her for manipulation. Yandy's allegedly leaked responses were equally striking, revealing raw emotion, frustration, and determination. "I will not let this define me. I deserve to be heard." The clips added fuel to an already raging fire, sparking more debate, analysis, and speculation across fan communities. Sources claimed that even private gatherings became sites of tension. Friends and family were reportedly caught in the middle, unsure how to navigate conversations, alliances, and the high-stakes emotional landscape. Insiders said minor interactions, a glance or a word, could ignite speculation or conflict. Fans eagerly followed any leaks or photos from such events, dissecting subtle cues, body language, and expressions for insight into the ongoing power struggle between Rasheeda and Yandy. Tasha K allegedly highlighted the impact on professional opportunities. Sources claimed that collaborations, appearances, and endorsements were influenced by the feud, with producers, sponsors, and teams carefully managing schedules to avoid escalating tension publicly. Fans speculated endlessly, debating who would gain the upper hand in both personal and professional spheres. Every interaction, post, and public appearance became a statement, a strategic move, and a topic of global fan analysis. Allegedly, social media continued to amplify the conflict. Sources said Rasheeda and Yandy carefully curated posts, stories, and interactions to maintain influence, control perception, and sway public opinion. Fans meticulously analyzed captions, timing, and engagement, treating each post as a clue, a statement, or a potential provocation. The narrative had evolved into a public spectacle, blending reality, strategy, and performance, captivating audiences worldwide and dividing fan communities. According to insiders, the emotional stakes escalated further when private messages suggested heightened frustration, anxiety, and strategic planning. Allegedly, Yandy expressed to a confidant that she felt under constant scrutiny and pressure, saying, "Everywhere I turn, I feel watched. I can't escape it." Fans empathized, while debates about manipulation, strategy, and morality intensified. Tasha K emphasized that the conflict was not just about personal grievances, it had become a complex study in perception, control, and emotional endurance under public pressure. Allegedly, the saga took another dramatic turn when mutual acquaintances reportedly became unwilling participants in subtle power plays. Insiders claimed that friends and collaborators were maneuvering to avoid becoming targets while being subtly coerced into alliances, feeding information, or influencing perceptions. Fans were fascinated, dissecting alliances, intentions, and hidden motivations, adding a new layer to the already complex drama. As this portion concluded, Tasha K teased that even more revelations were allegedly set to surface. Insiders claimed new audio, private exchanges, and behind-the-scenes developments would further escalate the drama, providing fresh confrontations, emotional disclosures, and shocking twists. Fans remained on edge, watching, analyzing, and speculating, making the feud between Rasheeda and Yandy one of the most captivating and divisive spectacles in reality TV history. Every post, leak, and whisper seemed to escalate the tension, drawing fans deeper into a story that had become both personal and global in its scope. Allegedly, the tension reached a boiling point when insiders claimed a private confrontation nearly erupted at an exclusive industry party. Sources said Rasheeda and Yandy were reportedly in the same room, glances sharp, movements calculated, each aware of the other's presence. Allegedly, subtle gestures and whispered comments sparked speculation that a full-blown argument was imminent. One source reportedly said, "It was like watching a storm before it hits. The energy was palpable, and everyone knew something was about to explode." Fans immediately dissected leaked photos and social media stories, analyzing body language, positioning, and facial expressions for hints of escalation or submission. Meanwhile, allegedly Yandy confided in a close ally about the constant stress, expressing frustration over the public scrutiny and emotional manipulation. Sources claimed, she said, "I can't trust who's really on my side anymore. Every interaction feels loaded, calculated." Fans empathized with her struggle, flooding social media with messages of support, while debates about morality, strategy, and fairness raged across platforms. Tasha K emphasized that this wasn't just a feud, it was a psychological battlefield, with every action scrutinized and every reaction dissected by millions. Allegedly, new private audio clips surfaced, showing Rasheeda discussing strategy and influence with an unnamed confidant. In the recording, she allegedly said, "People think they know the story, but they only see what I let them see. Perception is everything." Fans were shocked, some praising her intelligence, others condemning her for manipulation. Allegedly, Yandy's responses in separate leaks revealed raw emotion, determination, and resilience. "I will not be silenced. I will not let this define me." These clips fueled debates, fan theories, and speculation about potential confrontations yet to unfold. According to insiders, mutual friends and collaborators were increasingly caught in the middle. Allegedly, some were secretly feeding information, while others struggled to maintain neutrality. Sources said that even minor interactions could spark rumors or conflict, creating an atmosphere of constant tension. Fans were captivated, analyzing group dynamics, hidden alliances, and subtle cues for insight into the ongoing power struggle. Hashtags like #YandyYVs, RASHEEDA, #RealityDrama, and #Truth and Lies trended globally, amplifying the drama and drawing new audiences into the saga. Tasha K allegedly revealed that the feud was beginning to affect professional opportunities. Sources claimed sponsorships, appearances, and collaborative projects were impacted, as producers and teams carefully navigated the heightened tension. Insiders suggested that both women were aware of these consequences, managing public appearances while privately strategizing responses to new developments. Fans analyzed each appearance, post, and story, interpreting subtle gestures as statements or strategic moves. The duality of public composure versus private conflict added layers of intrigue, keeping audiences engaged and emotionally invested. Allegedly, social media became a battlefield. Sources claim that both women used posts, stories, and captions to subtly influence perception, manipulate narrative, and sway public opinion. Fans meticulously analyzed content, reading between lines, timing, and engagement for hidden meaning. Every like, comment, or share was scrutinized, with interpretations ranging from subtle victories to passive-aggressive maneuvers. Tasha K emphasized that this strategic use of social media had made the conflict both personal and performative, captivating global audiences and sparking heated online debates. According to insiders, the emotional toll continued to rise. Allegedly, Yandy expressed private frustrations. Because the next developments in this saga are bound to be even more explosive. Every new clip, every leaked message, and every social media post could shift alliances, spark new confrontations, or reveal secrets that no one saw coming. You'll want to be the first to witness the next dramatic twist, the next emotional breakdown, or the next strategic move that keeps this story at the center of global attention. Being subscribed means you won't miss a single moment of the tension, intrigue, and jaw-dropping drama that has made this feud one of the most talked-about conflicts in reality TV history. Comment below and let your voice be heard. Are you Team Yandy or Team Rasheeda? Do you believe the leaks, the messages, and the confrontations? Or do you think there's more going on behind the scenes than anyone realizes? Your opinions don't just contribute to the discussion, they shape it. Thousands of fans are reading, reacting, and debating right now, and your perspective could influence the conversation. Whether you're analyzing subtle cues, dissecting strategies, or speculating about the next shocking revelation, your input is part of the story. Every comment helps create a community of engaged viewers, all invested in following the twists, turns, and explosive developments of this ongoing drama. Share this video with friends, family, and anyone who loves reality TV drama. Because the more eyes on this story, the more intense the conversation becomes. Each share spreads the narrative further, fueling speculation, debate, and engagement. Fans across platforms are discussing, theorizing, and analyzing each moment. And by sharing, you're helping expand the global conversation. You never know which post, comment, or theory will go viral, or which revelation will spark the next wave of shock and fascination. Your participation keeps the drama alive, ensures the story continues to dominate conversations, and helps build a community of viewers who live and breathe this high-stakes reality world alongside you. Remember, this is not just a story, it's an experience. Every detail matters, every nuance counts, and every moment contributes to a larger picture of trust, betrayal, strategy, and raw emotion. By engaging with this channel, you're part of that journey, witnessing each confrontation, decoding every cryptic post, and participating in the speculation that makes this feud so compelling. The intensity, the stakes, and the emotional depth of the story demand attention. And your engagement ensures you're part of the action as it unfolds. So take a moment right now. Hit that like button if you've been shocked, if your emotions have run high, or if you're hooked on the twists and turns of this saga. Comment your theories, your reactions, and your perspective on what's really happening behind the scenes. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because the story isn't over. And the next explosive revelation could happen at any moment. Share with everyone you know who loves reality TV drama, and be part of a global conversation that spans fans, insiders, and observers alike. This is your chance to witness history in the making, to engage with a story that has captivated millions, and to ensure that your voice is part of the ongoing discussion. Fans are shocked, the drama is escalating, and the tension is higher than ever. The family is divided, loyalties are shifting, and every moment brings new surprises. Don't miss out. Be part of the excitement, the suspense, and the global phenomenon that is the feud between Rasheeda and Yandy. Engage now, watch closely, comment boldly, subscribe immediately, share passionately. This story is evolving by the minute, and your participation is what makes it truly unforgettable. The leaks, confrontations, private messages, and public appearances are just the beginning, and the next chapters promise more drama, more emotional intensity, and more jaw-dropping twists than ever before. Fans worldwide are already on edge, waiting for the next shocking moment. Make sure you're at the center of it all. This is more than entertainment, it's a cultural moment, a study in strategy, perception, and human emotion under extreme pressure. Your engagement, your voice, and your presence make a difference. Be part of this historic saga, witness every twist, and join the millions of fans who are captivated, divided, and emotionally invested. Like, comment, subscribe, and share now, because the story of Rasheeda and Yandy is far from over. And the next explosive revelation could change everything. Sleepless nights, and anxiety over the constant public scrutiny. "I feel like I'm living under a microscope," she reportedly said. "Every move, every word, every post is analyzed, judged, and weaponized." Fans empathized, debating her responses, the legitimacy of Rasheeda's actions, and the complexity of surviving a public feud with emotional and professional stakes so high. Then, allegedly, another dramatic public encounter occurred. Sources claimed that at a high-profile event, both women were forced into close proximity, triggering intense tension. Allegedly, Rasheeda made a pointed remark, "Perception is power, and I hold it." Yandy reportedly responded with controlled intensity, "Truth is everything, and the world will see it." Insiders described the moment as charged with history, emotion, and unspoken strategy, leaving attendees stunned and fans analyzing every detail online. Hashtags and discussions exploded, with every gesture dissected and debated. Allegedly, mutual acquaintances were increasingly caught in subtle manipulations. Insiders said that friends and collaborators were often pressured, knowingly or unknowingly, into alliances or sharing information, complicating already strained relationships. Fans analyzed these dynamics obsessively, theorizing about hidden motives, secret plans, and the psychological impact on everyone involved. The saga had evolved into a global spectacle of strategy, perception, and emotional intensity. As this extended portion concluded, Tasha K teased further revelations, promising new audio clips, private messages, and behind-the-scenes interactions that would escalate the feud even further. Fans were left waiting, analyzing every snippet, post, and story, anticipating the next dramatic twist. The saga between Rasheeda and Yandy had become one of the most captivating, divisive, and talked about conflicts in reality TV history, promising more shocking developments, emotional confrontations, and high-stakes drama in the chapters yet to unfold. Allegedly, the intensity escalated when sources claimed a private dinner became a flashpoint for conflict. Insiders said Rasheeda and Yandy were seated in close proximity, each aware of the other's presence, and the energy in the room was reportedly electric. Allegedly, subtle glances, pointed remarks, and carefully measured smiles fueled speculation that a confrontation could erupt at any moment. One source reportedly said, "It felt like the calm before a hurricane." Everyone knew tension was about to explode. Fans dissected leaked photos and videos, scrutinizing body language, gestures, and expressions for evidence of dominance, strategy, or vulnerability. Meanwhile, allegedly Yandy confided in a close confidant about the ongoing emotional strain. "I can't keep navigating this without feeling drained. she reportedly said. "Every interaction, every post, every comment feels like a calculated move against me." Fans empathized, sending waves of support across social media. While others debated whether Yandy was being strategic or reacting emotionally to perceived manipulation, the story had evolved beyond a simple feud. It was now a global spectacle of psychological maneuvering and emotional endurance. Tasha K allegedly reported that leaked messages suggested Rasheeda was coordinating subtle strategies with friends and allies, aiming to control narrative and perception. In one alleged message, she reportedly said, "Keep eyes on the reactions, guide the story without revealing too much." Fans analyzed every leaked screenshot, emoji, and timestamp, theorizing about hidden motives, secret alliances, and upcoming maneuvers. The complexity of the feud captivated audiences worldwide, fueling endless discussion and speculation. Allegedly, another public encounter intensified the drama. Sources claimed Rasheeda and Yandy were photographed attending the same charity gala, with tension so thick that witnesses reportedly felt uncomfortable. Insiders said that subtle exchanges, sidelong glances, barely audible remarks, and calculated gestures sent fans into a frenzy online. Hashtags exploded, and debates erupted across platforms, dissecting every detail for insight into who was winning or losing the invisible battle unfolding before the cameras. According to insiders, mutual friends and collaborators were increasingly trapped in the crossfire. Allegedly, some were pressured to take sides, while others tried desperately to remain neutral. Sources said even minor interactions could trigger rumors or conflict. Fans eagerly followed leaked stories and photos, interpreting subtle cues and body language to understand the shifting dynamics. Tasha K emphasized that these interactions showcased the complexity of the feud, highlighting not just personal rivalry but also psychological strategy, public perception, and emotional endurance. Allegedly, leaked audio recordings added another layer of intensity. One clip reportedly captured Rasheeda discussing the importance of controlling perception and subtly influencing the narrative. "People only see what I allow them to see. Stay quiet, observe, and guide." Another clip allegedly featured Yandy expressing determination to reclaim her narrative. "I will not let anyone define me or twist my story. My truth matters." Fans were electrified, analyzing tone, cadence, and emphasis, debating who held the upper hand in this high-stakes battle. Social media reportedly amplified every development. Allegedly, both women used posts, stories, and comments strategically to influence perception and provoke reactions. Fans meticulously dissected every word, image, and engagement metric, creating a continuous cycle of speculation, debate, and emotional investment. Insiders claimed that the narrative had become performative as well as personal, with each move designed to sway opinion and control the story. Allegedly, family dynamics further complicated the conflict. Insiders said relatives were caught between loyalty, fear of conflict, and pressure to choose sides. Minor gestures or remarks reportedly triggered speculation and tension, while friends and collaborators struggled to maintain balance. Fans dissected these interactions online, theorizing about hidden allegiances and psychological impacts, deepening engagement and fueling the ongoing global spectacle. Then allegedly came another dramatic turning point. Sources claimed a private encounter at a networking event led to subtle but emotionally charged dialogue. Allegedly, Rasheeda said with controlled intensity, "Perception is power, and I wield it carefully." Yandy reportedly replied with equal resolve, "Truth will always outlast manipulation." Witnesses described the moment as tense, almost cinematic, leaving both attendees and fans analyzing every nuance online. Hashtags surged, and fan debates reached fever pitch, speculating about strategy, intent, and the next explosive twist. According to Tasha K, insiders teased additional revelations poised to escalate the feud. Allegedly, new audio clips, messages, and behind-the-scenes interactions would emerge, promising confrontations, emotional revelations, and shocking alliances. Fans were left on edge, monitoring every update, story, and social media post, knowing that the saga between Rasheeda and Yandy had become one of the most compelling, divisive, and talked about dramas in reality TV history. Every interaction, post, and leak seemed to escalate tension further, drawing audiences deeper into a story that was now personal, public, and global in its impact. And now, as you've seen, the saga between Rasheeda and Yandy has unfolded in ways that are shocking, jaw-dropping, and emotionally charged, leaving fans around the world completely captivated. This isn't just a story about conflict, it's about trust, perception, strategy, and the raw intensity of relationships under the glaring lights of reality television. You've witnessed behind-the-scenes confrontations, private messages, leaked audio clips, subtle gestures that speak volumes, and social media posts that have fans theorizing, analyzing, and debating every single move. Every glance, every word, every post has been dissected by millions of eyes, proving that this drama resonates far beyond the individuals involved. It's a global spectacle. Now, imagine being a part of this journey in real time. You've followed the tension, felt the suspense, and watched as every twist and turn has brought new surprises. Fans are shocked, emotions have run high, and the community has been left divided, debating, theorizing, and passionately defending their favorite star. The power of perception, the complexity of loyalty, and the intensity of personal stakes have created a narrative that is impossible to ignore. If you felt invested, if your heart raced during those tense exchanges, if you've stayed up scrolling through social media trying to catch every leaked story, then you know exactly how addictive this drama has become. So here's where you come in. This isn't just a story for passive viewers. It's a story that thrives on engagement. Your opinions, your reactions, your theories, and your voice are part of what keeps this saga alive. When you like, comment, and share, you're not just supporting the channel. You're actively participating in the cultural conversation surrounding Rasheeda and Yandy. Your perspective matters. Whether you're rooting for Yandy to reclaim her narrative, analyzing Rasheeda's strategic maneuvers, or simply marveling at the intensity of it all, your input adds depth and dimension to this story. Fans across the world are watching, sharing insights, and creating communities built around these events. And you have the chance to join that conversation, to be part of the unfolding drama in a meaningful way. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications.